Oh, yes, yes, yes.
All right, excellent.
So second one is maybe it's similar, but so what is the most effective way to go back in time leap?
Well, we'll talk about it like this. The person on your planet, Neville Goddard, referred to the idea of timeline editing. And this represents going into a meditative state and visualizing different past experiences and putting yourself into that past memory of you, putting yourself into that person you used to be, feeling their body, feeling their emotions, but act differently, choose different options, rearrange the moment so it flows according to your preference, and then feed that moment energy, spiritual energy. Put your heart into it, put your love into it, put your prayers into it. Make this visualization feel more real than the memory that you have. And then when you're finished, absorb this visualization into you. And you will actually have shifted to an alternate reality where you have a different past. Now, at first, you might not notice a lot of physical changes taking place. However, if you stick with it, if you continue this process, what you will find is that you will start to experience what people call the Mandela effect. Do you know about this?
Yes.
Yes, your past will actually be physically different if you get good at this skill, but it must be practiced with repetition. If it's just done once in a while, you'll have minimal effect. You'll get some hits, but it won't be strong. If you train, you get really good at it, and then you get a hit every time.
Thank you.
Yes.
So the third one is, so what methods can we use to make time leap easier? For example, should I remember the past, visit places of memories, do magical thing or qigong, and so on?
Sure, yes, train in energetic exercises, Kabbalistic practices, Taoist practices, any type of practice where you're circulating qi through your body will be needed in the execution of these skills. Without energy work, opening portals and transporting your consciousness can be rather challenging. So train in Qigong, train in energy arts, become at least an adept. You will need to be at least an adept to be able to really do these things, such as creating time leaps. So an adept is someone that can easily use energy to create whatever they need in their life. Yes, whatever they need. If they need money, they can call money. If they need friends, they can call friends. This is an adept, yes? A person must train in energy work until they are at that level. Once they are at that level, they will be capable of really opening such a portal in a way that will change very greatly the nature of their experience of physical reality.
Thank you. So fourth question is, so how can I go to the world of my imagination? Is it possible to go to the fantasy world or a world that is a complete change of reality? Also, can I change my gender, appearance, constitution, and so on, as I have
Yes, you can do all of
imaged?
that. So all you have to do is picture the reality you wish to astral project into. Think of the fantasy world, the imagination world you wish to go to. Picture it and make it real in your mind. You have to make it big. Yes, you have to make it like a world. Create an entire world. And then imagine you can walk into that world without physically moving your body. Just use your mind. Imagine you can travel in that world and explore that world and meet the beings of that world. And it's very real. This is what astral projection is. This is how you access the spirit world. The spirit world exists in your mind. You must understand that. No human being, no spirit world. No human being, no experience at all. It is the human consciousness that creates the experience of reality. And when we say human consciousness, we mean consciousness that is capable of what you would call sentience. It is sentience that births realities. It is self-awareness that births realities. We call human conscience basic sentience. Human consciousness would equal, in our perspective, basic sentience. So it is that basic sentience of your human mind that creates your experience of spirit, that creates your experience of the astral plane, that creates your experience of the imagination. It is generated from your consciousness. It does not exist outside of you, even though it might look like it does. So what this means is, when you go into this astral plane, when you visualize yourself entering into this fantasy land, do whatever you wish, change your gender, change your body, practice different skills, do whatever you wish. And then bring the energy into yourself, and you'll find that the astral visualization begins to tell your physical reality what to do. You'll start to become like the visualization. Your life will become like the visualization.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So fifth question is, how much do I have to put aside my regrets in order to time live? Do I have to cut off contact with people and cut off food like a monk?
What does that have to do with regret? This is a question that, no offense, is a little jumbled, because attachment to food is very different than a regret. Attachment to a person is very different than a regret. So we need to separate these topics. Regret will hold you back. Sure. A regret is like a weight. Yes. When you regret something, it feels like a part of your mind is stuck in time, right? Like it's stuck in the past when you regret something. That will anchor you. Yes, it will interfere with the time leap. Attachment to food, not so much, because it's likely whatever reality you jump into will have food. So food's not going to be a burden. That's okay. In relationship to people, this can be something that holds you back. If your attachment to people is too strong, yes, it can be an anchor. But that doesn't mean you have to cut people out to experience this type of time leap. No. It is about loving people. It's about treating people well. It's about respecting people, whilst not being attached to them. Yes, emotionally. Let them just be. And be responsible for yourself. Yes. Yes. Now, not everybody needs to do that. Some people, the emotional attachment is important. Emotional attachment between mothers and their children, for example, very important. Emotional attachment between two friends can be very important. But if you're trying to shift into another reality permanently, well, that emotional connection will hold you here. It's supposed to hold you here. Yes, it's not a bad thing. It's supposed to keep you from slipping into another reality. It's supposed to keep you here. But if you dissolve that emotional connection, yes, it will liberate you in a type of way, energetically speaking, that will make the time stream more accessible for you to access in the manner that you describe as a time leap.